So when there is something arcade related back in town, oh man, Wicked needs to be going there because I wanted to check it out for you guys. So hey, welcome to the channel, it's awesome that you're tuning in. So in this video we are going to take a close look at the Marvel vs. Capcom. I can say it's more like a Chinese arcade machine, but these are more like the new models, the slim editions, and I can say these things are pretty awesome. I did some reviews about it with the previous models, but this is the new and improved version with new features. But consider subscribing to the channel. I have a lot of great stuff coming up the upcoming month if it comes to game related arcade, so it will be great to have here and don't miss it out. So the previous versions I have reviewed are looking very nice, good decals, but Dragonfly has the new kind of version that I didn't seen before. And in this video I'm also going to talk about it and all the new features and what kind of mainboard and support is in this machine. To begin with, I think the decals and the Marvel vs. Capcom theme is just amazing and they did a very nice job with it. So when it comes to the art itself, it looks very nice. What I've seen before in the previous models of the first generation of slim cabinets, that the most time they were using original decals from back from the 80s and 90s and squeezed them in kind of a weird format that it looks very weird. But this thing looks very nice, and you would say that with some minor cuts here and there, they did a very nice job making this cabinet like a full Marvel vs. Capcom cabinet. And beside the point that the way how it looks with the art, I think it's a very nice touch when it comes to the quality of the art. Because when you're looking at the art quality, this is something I've never seen before. These are more like these vinyl stickers, if I'm saying it correctly, and they are not very sensitive to scratching and wear out. And that is also something that is a very big bummer with other cabinets I have seen before. And also the T-molding on this device is just very nice and assembled very well. So when you're looking at the marquee, I think it's pretty awesome, and the reason why it's more like in the ratio with the full cabinet. Normally we're having this huge gigantic marquee, but that's not with this cabinet because it's more like a slim model. The light up feature worked very nice and it looks amazing. So the quality of the decals are just amazing, and again, like the full cabinet art, it's not really stretched out, it fitted in perfectly, so it matches the cabinet marquee perfectly. Alright, so let's talk about the control panel, because here we're going to get one of the notable new differences. Okay, so we're having the trackball, the RGB LED trackball that looks, by the way, amazing on this machine. Also, we're going to get samurai joysticks and high quality LED buttons where we can change out the LEDs very quickly. May they break down in the future. So that is something you don't see with all of these Chinese cabinets, simply because, yeah, it's more like what are the companies ordering from the factory. And I can tell you that I have seen some wicked wiggle sticks in my life, but these things are just freaking awesome. We're going to get the 6-button layout for player 1 and player 2. Also we're going to get a select and start, or select is more like the coin button for the arcade. Okay, let's give you a quick demonstration how it sounds. And I can say, man, I love these samurai joysticks. The buttons itself, they don't have the samurai touch. They were quite a long travel, but I like them. Alright, so let's talk about the RGB LED trackball. How does it feel? Because that is sometimes a hit or miss. But with this thing I can say that it feels quite nice. What I do like about it that it doesn't have a lot of resistance and the trackball will keep rolling very long. So in general I do like it. So with playing Arkanoid I really need to test it out. But I can say that it is quite challenging to play this game. You can change out the sensitivity in the option itself if you want to change it out. But it works very well. It doesn't help my gameplay, by the way. So for the audio, we're having 2 speakers will be powered on with this Chinese amplifier. I think this is the most common amplifier you can get in China. But I can see that this is a very decent one. It's just a basic average like in my pinball machine. It has treble, bass, balance and volume control. But nevertheless, combined with these 2 speakers here on the top, they are pointed at you. The sound itself is pretty good, but I'm still missing out a little bass. I didn't mention it before, but you can see it very clear here on the back, is that this device is made from very thick MDF, and what I do like about it is that it weighs a ton, like the old school arcade cabinet. So you cannot be comparing this with arcade 1-up, they're more like this do-it-yourself IKEA stuff. No, this is a really high quality product when it comes to the wood. But let's take a close look inside what we're going to get and where we can find all the components and what are maybe the options for upgrading it with something else. But okay, so let's talk about the monitor. This thing comes with a 32-inch HDMI 1080p display, and as you can see over here on the camera, it looks amazing and has a very nice colors. Okay, so let's take a close look inside the machine itself. What are we going to get? Because there are some options if you want to connect something differently. So to begin with, we're having VGA, DVI, and we're having HDMI. So as you can see, it has been connected with the DVI, so if you want to add a PC in it, you can just use the HDMI connection. Here at this right side we can find the power, auto, up, down and menu, so if you need to change out some contrast or you have some problems, you can check it over here. As you can see, they are using an arcade style monitor, so there is no housing, they didn't put a normal TV in it. Before we go into power up the machine, I just want to give you a quick look over here in the coin door, because we can open it up. Sadly, what I did see is that we couldn't use the coin door in combination with the Raspberry Pi 4 that is inside this machine. Yeah, because you need to, I'm guessing, need to have a different configuration if you want to have the coin door working like in Pandora's box or maybe in PC. So as you can see, the Raspberry Pi 4 is with a very good cooling element, but it doesn't come with an SD card. I really like the cable management in this arcade machine, by the way. Okay, so let's power it on. The on and off switch is over here at the top, a very nice position. And let's take a close look at the Raspberry Pi in general. So the Raspberry Pi 4 is just a great piece of hardware, and I think you will see it more often in arcade related stuff. Because, let's be honest, the emulation is just very good. And not to forget, we're having a lot of capabilities if it comes to very old games, but also later games. So we're going to try some of these games out and let's see how they are going to run, especially the titles like Sega Naomi, Sega Dreamcast, PSP, PlayStation 1, how they are looking and how are they playing. Sega Dreamcast is now playable on the Raspberry Pi number 4, and as you can see, it runs pretty good. With PSP, it's always more like a hit or miss. The game you can see over here is running very well. It's still a little bit choppy here and there, but it is playable. PlayStation is a system that can run on handhelds, but also on many different Raspberry Pi versions very good on 60 FPS, and it doesn't even matter what kind of game you're playing. So far I know, this is just very good playable on the Raspberry Pi 4. Sega CD doesn't have a lot of great games in my opinion, but there are some good games or hidden gems out there that you can also play this way. And I think it's just amazing. Listen to the soundtrack.
Oh, crap. Kick him in the pulse and in the balls. Punch him in the balls. Fight.
Okay, so this is what you're going to get in the end with the Marvelous Capcom arcade cabinet, or the slim model. The new model is improved in many ways. We're having a bigger display, a better display, we're having a trackball, lighter buttons, semi joysticks. It's just a great machine to have in your living room to play a lot of games. The Raspberry Pi 4 is one of the ways you can play. You can always buy a machine like this and just slap a PC in it. Nevertheless, it's just awesome that you're tuning in. I want to thank you for watching. Consider subscribing, hit the bell, and I'll see you in the next video.